Hey y'all, I'm doing my first book tag video today. I was tagged by MT. Thank you for tagging me. Today I'll be answering questions for the It's Not That Bad book tag. Question 1 is, do you dog ear your books? I do not. Normally I bring a bookmark with me, but if I don't have a bookmark, like if I just bought a book, I will use the dust jacket to mark my place if it's a hardcover. And if it's a paperback, I'll just update my currently reading on Storygraph to keep track of how many pages I've read. Question 2 is, do you annotate your books? I do. I don't annotate every book, and I also don't really annotate while I'm actually reading, because when I'm reading a book, I don't know yet if I'm going to keep it. So normally while I'm reading, I'll just take pictures with my phone if there are any lines that I think I would want to annotate, and then once I decide that I want to keep the book, I will go through the pictures and annotate those quotes that stood out to me. And that will involve just putting in page markers and underlining or bracketing off certain sections. Occasionally I will write little notes, but not much. If I really feel like having fun, I'll do a little drawing. Like in this book, I drew a little Zuko saying honor because there's a line in Reckoning of Roku about exile being used as a punishment for people who need to restore their honor. And yeah, but I don't have a super organized system for annotating. I kind of just do whatever I feel like doing. Question 3, do you roll covers or break spines when you read? I do not roll covers. I might have broken spines before. I don't really take too much care not to when I'm reading paperbacks because I feel like it's just a thing that happens, and I don't really care that much about keeping my books in absolute perfect condition as long as they're not falling apart. Question 4, do you listen to something while you read? I don't really like to. Like ideally I would read in silence, but if I have no choice, like if I'm reading on the train or something and there's people talking loudly, then I will listen to music to try to block that out. And it has to be music that I'm familiar with, that I know will not distract me, so that I can just focus on my reading. Question 5, do you read in the bathroom? No, I don't really like to spend more time in my bathroom than I need to because it is a very tiny studio apartment bathroom. So yeah, I don't really like to stay in there. Question 6, do you read in water, such as in the bathtub, in a pool, etc.? No. Again, I have a tiny bathroom. I don't even have a bathtub. But I think if I did, I still wouldn't want to read there because I'm just clumsy and I feel like I would just drop the book in there. Question 7, do you DNF? Yes, absolutely. I DNF all the time. I just don't have that much free time and I don't want to waste my time on a book that I know I'm not gonna like. I don't even have like a set minimum that I need to read of a book before I DNF it. Even if I'm really early and I just don't want to read it, then I'll just DNF it. It's whatever. I think if I try to force myself not to DNF, then I'll just go into a reading slump because I don't want to read the book that I'm reading. So yeah, you know, I just want to enjoy. Question 8, do you ever read ahead or skip to the end of a book? Not intentionally. Sometimes I will often flip to the end of the chapter to see how much of a chapter I have left, and then sometimes I do end up reading a twist at the end of the chapter. But yeah, I don't actively look for spoilers, and I do dislike them because I don't know, I just feel like I want to be told the story in the way that the writer intended. And yeah, there are plenty of twists that I think are best when you don't expect them. Question 9, are you book polygamous, i.e. read more than one book at a time? Yes, absolutely. I always have multiple books that I am currently reading. And it happens for different reasons. Like, for example, this month I was reading America Is Not the Heart by Elaine Castillo. But after reading Everything We Never Had by Randy Rebai and then going straight into this, I felt like I just kind of needed a break from the realness of these types of books, and I just wanted something that I didn't want to think too deeply about. So I started reading A Song to Drown Rivers, but then The Blood Orchid came out in the past week and I wanted to start this right away because I've been waiting for this. So yeah, those are just a couple of reasons why I just often move on to another book even if I haven't finished the other books that I'm reading. I kind of just gotta read whatever I'm in the mood for. Sometimes it does lead to books just staying on my currently reading list indefinitely because I move on to other books and then I just forget about the previous ones, and then eventually I just have to accept that I'm no longer reading that book and it just turns into a DNF. But yeah. Question 10. Do you own more books than bookshelf space? Yes. Again, I do live in a small studio apartment. This is like the only bookshelf that I have, and it does fit a lot of books because it like rotates. But yeah, I do have a lot that don't fit on there. There are plenty of books that are still in my parents' house, and I have a bunch that are just in plastic bags under my bed that I need to get rid of at some point. And the bonus question is, do you ever take a book without leaving a book at a little free library? Honestly, I don't take books from these free libraries because honestly, ever since COVID started, I kind of became a bit more germophobic. I don't even borrow physical books from the library very often anymore, which is kind of unfortunate for my wallet. But yeah, I actually do the opposite, where I will just leave books at the free library because sometimes I just want to get rid of some books to clear space, and it's kind of easier for me to just drop it off as I pass by instead of going out of my way to sell the book somewhere. The last question, question 11, is tag some people, but I don't really know who to tag because I'm kind of new at this and I don't have a lot of booktube mutuals. So yeah, I know this is kind of an easy out, but I'm just tagging anyone who wants to do this. You can say that I personally tagged you. So yeah, those are all my answers for this tag. Thanks again to MT for tagging me. This was fun, and yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.